Alright, what's going on guys, Slim here, and today's video I have a tier list for y'all, and basically we'll be ranking each school from Wizard City to Lemuria, including Wisteria and Grizzleheim. Now keep in mind, this is my opinion and my looks on a lot of the worlds, so it's obviously going to be more of a subjective video than usual. Feel free to let me know what you guys think about my, my thoughts in the comments below, and maybe drop your own tier list in the comments below. I'm really curious to see what you guys gotta say. But if you guys do want to see more content like tier lists, leave a like rating. That is probably the best way to let me know that you guys like this kind of content. And if you are new, feel free to sub. I do post every single day. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so starting with Wiz City, what's a fair way to rate this, right? It's the first ever world. You can't really compare it to anything. I feel like... what did Wiz City do? It gave us, like, what, 2 new cards, which is actually something I feel like I could take for granted. So 2 new cards. For example, Death Gets Sacrificed and a Blade. So that's really good. But you hit the paywall this early, huh? I feel like, I don't want to do this, but like, I feel like Wiz City for me is probably a B or a C tier, you know? Because the paywall just really screws it over for a lot of players, and I really do like the fact that there's 2 new cards introduced in this world itself. I think I'm gonna put it at a B tier, since it is the first world. They did get some things right, but I don't know. Personally, me, I'm a guy that really admires a lot of layers to a world, but obviously it being in the first world in the game, it had to be basic and stuff like that, and just 1D, I guess, or 2D. I don't know what the saying is. Good God, I'm stupid. It's just really basic, and I don't really like stuff like that. I like it when there's multiple layers to a story. Alright, so next up we have Crocotopia. I think you got 2 new cards here as well, I think, so that's pretty good. Yeah, like Elemental Blade here, Elemental Trap. Yeah, a lot of new cards. Croc followed a simple design, right? Kind of like the same formula of having 3 different areas, and I don't mind Croc actually. It's a really short world. I don't think it's gonna be A tier for me because there's other better worlds. I feel like Crocotopia is a B tier with Wiz City in my opinion. Things got a bit more complex here, right? However, to me, the graphics are really what hold Crocotopia back in my opinion. But I don't know, just because the story starts to pick up a bit more. You got some more, a new Manda race to explore and stuff like that. We do lose the graphics, but we do gain, like, new lore and a more interesting story to tell in Crocotopia. So that's why I'm gonna put it at B tier. If it did have better graphics, I honestly would maybe put it in A tier, but the graphics is what really holds me back personally from doing that. Next up, Marleybone. Kind of still followed the same principle, right? You have Digmore Station, Newgate Prison. Oh my god, I can't talk. You have Digmore Station, the Scotland Yard, and the towers, right? The same, 3 formula moves as we saw in Wiz City, Crocotopia, and now Marleybone. You didn't really get much new cards here, though. I think you got 1. Now, I really, really like Marleybone, but I'm trying to be as objective as possible in this video, because I like to do that for the sake of the channel. I want to put it, I feel like I want to put it in C tier, but I love Marleybone. I don't know. Do I just put them all in B? Okay, I'm gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna put it at B. You do lose 1 card, right? The story is okay. I honestly do think it's more worthy of a C tier. However, I'm gonna let part of my bias come out and say I just loved the setting of Marleybone. I think it's the only night setting we have in Wiz. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But I just love the night setting. I love the rooftops. I like the idea of it and stuff like that. Again, I'd put it in C tier because, you know, you lose one less card as opposed to Wiz City and Croc, stuff like that. And the story isn't, you know, that great. You just go there to go to one place, but then you're not doing anything in relevance to the story that whole time. So it's kind of like, not really good storytelling there, in my opinion. But I'll let my buys come out, and I'll put it at B tier as well. Mooshu, for me, I think you only get one card again, but Mooshu is a pretty cool world. There's a lot of running, though. A lot of running for me. Like, too much running. I mean, like, walking between places is so bad. And they did add teleporters, so that's pretty good. I feel like I gotta put all these in B tier. I don't know why. I feel so lame for doing this, but like I feel the same way about all the first worlds because they all follow the same principle. You have 3 areas, right? You have Firecat, Cyclops, Triton. You have the Sphinx, the Pyramid, the Tomb. You have Digmore Station, the Yard, the Towers. You have the Temple, the Crimson, or well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Tree of Life, Crimson Fields, and Shiraki Temple, right? They all follow the same formula, and it's not really changing that much just yet, so they kind of always, like, it's kind of all the same to me. That being said, Mooshu is a pretty nice world. I think what really holds it back to me is the amount of running between places, and what I'm talking about is the Yoshitu Temple. I think it takes, like, 2 minutes to, like, get to where you need to go on the 3rd area of Mooshu, so stuff like that really holds this world back for me. I'd probably honestly put it in like a B+ tier if I could, but we don't have that, so I'm gonna leave it here. Dragonspyre. Now, I actually like Dragonspyre quite a bit. Might be a hot take, but this is kind of where, you know, the climax of the story is and whatnot. I thought the setting was pretty cool. I know when I first got to Dragonspyre, it was a pretty neat world. I was like, oh my god, the world's ending. It looks like hell. This is badass, you know? Just then that combined with like the story, and, you know, now that I'm older and I appreciate stuff more, I can really see, you know, the amount of polish that went into this world aside from the graphics. If the graphics were updated, yeah, this is definitely an A tier for me, right? But I'd probably put this in a B+ with Mooshu if I could, but I think I'm gonna leave it at A because the only thing that holds this world back to me is the graphics, in my opinion. Now, there are some repetitive quests in it, I am aware of that, but I can look past that, and it's just the graphics to me, really. If they update this world to look good in, like, you know, 2020 graphics or whatever, easily A tier world for me, in my opinion. Next up, we have Celestia. I'm gonna put that in C tier. I don't think we got a single card when we came here, or Dragonspyre, actually, now that I think of it, but Dragonspyre is pretty lit. This world didn't really set up much for Arc 2, I feel like, in my opinion. You did learn, like, I don't know, polymorphs, fortify, stuff like that, which is okay, I guess, but I don't know, like, I don't mind going through Celestia, but I'm not excited for it. It's just kind of like it feels really generic to me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way about that, but I just feel like it's a really generic world, in my opinion, and that's why I feel like it should be at C tier. Next up, we have Zafaria. I'm gonna put that in B with the rest of the first arc. I actually do like questing through Zafaria quite a bit. I don't think you get any new cards here, but you do get, you know, Waterworks gear around now. So, you know, the game gets a lot more fun, in my opinion. I think you learn cards like Berserk as well, which is pretty good. And yeah, I don't know. I just really enjoy the aesthetic of Zafaria. And you actually, you know, learn stuff about the zebra culture and like the Greyhorns and stuff like that. And I feel like this is the first world where they really took a leap of faith with different storytelling, right? You have that guy, that zebra with like the big rhino nose or whatever. Like you have a guy who's actually trying to, you know, put up a facade or, you know, stuff like that, really, or a Mirage, right? And I really appreciate that leap of faith King Zal did. So I like the storytelling. I like the setting here as well. I like being in this world, but what holds it back from being A tier, in my opinion, is the lack of cards. And I don't know, just I guess some quests get kind of repetitive. Like you had to defeat like 12 Greyhorns sometimes, but aside from that, it would be A tier, but it's not. Unfortunately, it is B tier. Avalon, I want to put this in A tier, but recently questing through it again, I actually didn't have that good of a time. I'll put it in B though. I'm gonna put it in A. And the reason why I'm gonna do this is because you learn 2 new spells. 3 actually, right? You get King Artorias here, you get like Shift, D-Shift, which is like 2 cards for every school. I don't know if you get King Art here or not, but I think it's 2 spells, which is already amazing, right? I think the overall night setting was pretty cool. I think my biggest complaint with this world was it's a bit too long. If it was a little bit quicker, I think I would enjoy this world a lot. Kind of like Polaris in a way. But yeah, it's a pretty solid world. A lot of cool enemies, a lot of cool different settings. You get some new cards as well. But yeah, what holds it back to me, I would say, is probably just how long it is. And it feels like, okay, can I move on now? You know, that type of beat. And I don't know, that's just what I think, guys. Let me know if you guys agree with that in the comments below. Azteca, A tier. Easily A tier for me. Now, the reason I put this A tier is you had School Auras, you had Potent, you had Sharpen, you had new Polymorphs. Azteca is a beautiful world. You can hate the world, how long it is, the repetitive quests, but you cannot sit there and tell me that the music in Azteca and like the graphics, I guess the graphics could be better, but like the attention to detail and art in this world, like you can't tell me it's not good, okay? It's a beautiful world, and I know that I might get some, like, you know, flack for this, but I love this world. I do. I appreciate all the time that went into it. The lore was pretty good compared to a couple of the other worlds in Arc 2, in my opinion. There's a lot of build up, you know, the climax a little bit there as well. So I think it's an easy A tier in my opinion. Chrysalis, A tier as well. Can you tell this guy really good at storytelling in Azteca and Chrysalis, in my opinion? I'm not sure if they changed writers or anything around this time, but I thought the writing got a lot better. Again, my biggest complaint with Avalon and Chrysalis is the length of it. Both really cool worlds, got a lot of different settings and stuff like that. You learn Shadow Magic, and actually, yeah, you learn like Dark Nova and Strike, I believe here, which is, you know, Shadow Magic, which is really badass in my opinion. I like that innovation. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a really good climax. Really nice areas, new cards, right? The music also isn't bad. You're introduced to Old Cobb as well, so it's a pretty important world in my opinion. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, Liam, you have Dragonspyre, Azteca, and Chrysalis in A tier. What are you doing? But again, I'm just trying to bring up all the good points about it, and, you know, try and look at it from the other people's perspective as well. I think the reason people don't like these worlds is because they're so long and tedious, and like I agree when I quest through that, like I feel it, like, oh my god, why am I still here? But I'm trying to put that aside and look at things objectively, and, you know, obviously, you know, some of my opinion on it as well. Polaris, is it worthy at S tier? This is a lot of players' favorite world in the game. I think you get a new card. Pretty cool looking worlds. What about the lore? What about the lore, Liam? I feel like there wasn't much lore here, was there? Yeah, I can't make my mind up for this one. I think all the lore was is you go there and you defeat one of the childs, and that's really about it. I guess I'll put it in S tier, I suppose. I'd probably put it in A+ if I could, to be honest, not S tier, but good world, new card, great setting, pretty good pacing as well. A little bit shorter than I'd like, but it was paced pretty well. So I would say this is probably one of the best worlds in the game. And I guess if it, you know, if we are going to have an S tier, I guess Polaris would be one of those. Great setting, You know, great story, great pacing, nice graphics, and you know, cool people to talk to, like that Ivan guy and stuff like that. Mirage. I've heard a lot of people like this world actually, and every time I see Mirage, I actually like my heart breaks a little bit more when I'm questing. Okay, well, let's look at this objectively. You got a 4-pip shad, and that's about that's about it. That's about it. Um, is it? I mean, it's kind of mid like Celestia. I feel like is it D? Is it D though? I feel kind of mean putting it. Okay, I'll put it in C. I'll put it in C. No, but it is my video, so I'm gonna put it in D. If I was doing like a community ranking, I'd put it up more. But I'm gonna put Mirage here. I really don't like this world. Now I am a fan of, you know, like Persian settings and stuff like that, like sand settings. Like I don't know if you guys played Prince of Persia when you were a kid or any games like that, but I love that setting. I love those games, but to me personally, Kingsaw really missed the mark with going for that setting. There is maybe, you know, a couple of, you know, cool areas in Mirage, but I can maybe name 2, and then the rest is dreadful for me. You do get a new card. I think it's the 4-pip shads, but I don't know. I didn't like the pacing. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the whole different, I don't know, like action they were going for in Mirage, where it's like you can't spam spacebar, you have to like wait and like watch a cutscene, and like that was the whole world. I didn't like that personally, guys. Again, I would put it in C tier, but I know a lot of the community does like Mirage because they do like Mirage, but this is my list, and I just really don't like it. I don't see there being very much objective reasons to like it. So, Empyrea, I don't think it's quite B tier because the storytelling was pretty good here. So I'm gonna put it in A, right? Good storytelling, good climax, pretty cool enemies to fight as well. A lot of cool gimmicks, and you know, yeah, it's like boss fight gimmicks, right? Where you fight the bat and stuff like that. I thought it was pretty fun. Part 1 though was a bit tedious in my opinion, but I'm not gonna be, you know, nitpicking. I think it was a pretty solid world. Karamelle. Okay, so you get some pretty good shadow hits. Pacing was okay. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people like this world, but some people really hate it. Yeah, it's just tough for me. I mean, you don't really know what you're fighting in Karamelle, though. Like, I feel like they didn't do a good job explaining what the paradox was. Now that might be my fault because I didn't pay attention, but I feel like I did. I didn't really learn much. I think I'm gonna put Karamelle in a B tier with like Wiz City and stuff. I think it's a cool world. I know my girlfriend absolutely loves this. She would put it in S tier, but it's okay. You know, I used to hate it, but I've kind of grown to accept it. You get new spells, right? You get spellments here as well. The pacing is okay. The biggest thing that holds me back to this world, though, is the lack of storytelling. I feel like I'm just going around doing errands to do errands, kind of like Marleybone, right? You're only there to see the sarcophagus, but you're just going around doing nothing. And that's what, I don't like that feeling, you know, as a consumer, I just don't like that feeling. And I feel like Karamelle has a lot of that, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it at B tier. Moria. Now, this is the first world that dropped for me being a content creator, I guess. And I actually think the first brand new world I've ever been around or waiting around for on Wiz, actually. So it kind of holds a special place on my heart. Storytelling is an upgrade from Karamelle. I think the storytelling probably is a bit better in this. Like I feel like when I'm talking to the people, they explain stuff like what that big master Mascarist guy, I don't know what his name was, that big monster. You know, you uncover what that guy is and how he's actually a fake, and you know, Same with that little rat guy in Night Forest. I think the storytelling is an upgrade from Karamelle, in my opinion. You get some nice jewels updated, and you still have spellements from Karamelle. So I think objectively, this probably is just a better version of Karamelle. I don't know. I really liked the pacing in this world. I liked they found a good medium as well between the action that Mirage introduced, but not being tedious and annoying. I think this world just had a lot of passion go into it, and I can really admire that personally. Next up for the side worlds, Wisteria. I think that's probably gonna be a C tier for me. I do like Wisteria. I actually like questing through it. But you just go there to like compete, and that's all you do. There's like you don't really do much, and I don't like that about it. Really, I just don't. I wish you got at least a new spell here. Maybe then I could consider bumping it up to B. But unfortunately, you do not. So I think I'll leave it at C for now. Grizzleheim. This was around I think when the first arc comes out. I think Grizzleheim had a lot of lore to it, a lot of good storytelling. Where could I put it, though? Where could I put it? Is it as good as Dragonspyre, Avalon, Azteca to me? I guess we're going to be putting Winter Tusk and Grizzleheim together. I would put the first arc of Grizzleheim B, but Winter Tusk A. So I think a B plus, to be honest with you, is the best place to put this. And you have like a bunch of Easter eggs, a bunch of side quests. I think A tier. Yeah, I think A tier. I think that's a fair thing to say. But yeah, this video was like what? How long? Like 30 minutes. That was pretty long. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, though. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you guys want more tier lists like this. I think it's pretty long, but I can try and go faster next time if you guys would like. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care, guys.